This video is documentary, artistic, and educational in nature. Do not imitate anything in this. Why some of the letters? Some of the letters are red. Wait, illo, v, u, t, u, p, e. No, it means nothing. I thought it was gonna do like a Dead Space thing. You know, in Dead Space, if you look at all the chapters, hang on. If you go on all the chapters of Dead Space, if you list them all together, it spells out like Nicole is dead or something, like your wife or like your girlfriend. I thought it was doing something like that, but no, just nonsense. I tried to cook. There was no cooking though. Self-harm, ableism, violence, piracy, incest. Okay. Why'd you recommend this, guys? Why'd you recommend this?
On the 15th of August, 2020, the underground indie developer known only as Splat released a game that would leave critics baffled and the gaming scene changed forever. In a medium that many felt had overstayed its welcome, this game came out of nowhere to bring it back to life. One critic went so far as to suggest it, quote, single-handedly saved gaming as an art form, and this tuber would like to suggest that the game that saved gaming destroyed its developer. This is the story of the game that killed its creator.
Imagine they just talk about Among Us.
But before we can get into all of that, you'll need a bit of context.
I thought it was a sponsor. I thought it was a sponsor. Man.
Started releasing games on his own website, splat.com, only 5 years earlier.
Mr. Cynical.
His debut.
And Kalizorith for the 32 months. And Mr. Wideworld for the 34 months. And Jack for the 5 as well. Sorry I missed you guys. And Kay for the 13.
Museum of Toilets was a sly commentary on modern art. In this game, the player walks through a maze of harshly lit hallways containing
toilet.
only toilets.
Skibbity toilet.
His second game was Moon Landing as Seen from Earth. It's rather self-explanatory, really. As you might expect, the player watches the moon.
Did you guys see that they're actually making a Skibbity toilet film? They're also making an Elden Ring film as well, which looks really cool.
Moon Landing from Earth.
It's wrote by Alex Garland, and he is an amazing writer. I will never hear anything different. Alex Garland only writes cinema, apart from Men. Men was awful. But the entire point of Men was men can actually be lebad. That was it. But he's done like 28 Days Later, Ex Machina, that kind of stuff.
And see.
I think Annihilation as well.
Nothing. Just a moon, like any other. After these two, Splat's streak of highly unique indie games continued, each one garnering more attention than the last.
Oh my god, do you remember like Stickman Pivot? I remember being in school just like always playing around with that program.
As stated, these games are...
Thank you, Miller, for the 4 months. Appreciate it.
...odd, and every game was stranger,
Gravies.
more singular
Ugh.
than its predecessor.
Breast reduction surgery.
Choosing to eschew what is normally referred
Meteorite kills school child.
to as gameplay.
Fuck Bigfoot.
Splat's games from this period instead
So tired. You play as a tired guy. Why's the bed like longer on that side?
focus on experience
Please.
and self-reflection.
Junjo's Quest.
They aren't so much
Doorbell.
about what you do
Fuck you, EXE.
as about what you don't.
Thank you, Leg Stool, for the 1 month. Oh my god, we hit level 1 hype train on Twitch. Oh my god,
There
I'm
are
soy
no
facing.
grand adventures.
Oh!
You're lucky if you get any
W's in
kind of
chat.
narrative at all. You don't get to impact the game world. Sometimes you don't even get to control your character. But you do get something. Splat's games have this...
Thank you, Zeo Matrix, for the Prime. Thank you, Iron Hour, for the 5 gifted subs. Oh, we're on level 2. Oh my god, guys. Could you imagine if we got the most subs, like, for a streamer? That'd be crazy. You guys would be in, like, the Guinness World Records or something.
almost otherworldly quality to them. Somehow they can transport you to a
Thank you, Shifty Eyes, for the 28 months.
faraway place, calm as a calm stream that's not moving very fast, or something else equally calm. The Greeks called it, and I'm going to butcher this, catharsis, an involuntary cleansing.
Catharsis.
The game which best demonstrates the sort of feeling I'm getting at here happens
Catharsis.
also to be the culmination of Splat's 5-year game development streak.
Isn't it just catharsis?
Released on the 9th of June 20, simply titled Der Bell.
Thank you, Caskia, for the 3 months of Prime. You just said lol. Oh my guys! We're on Hype Train level 3! This has never happened before in my entire career. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm finally making it on Twitch. I'm finally making it on Twitch. No longer a dead channel. Thank you so much, guys.
You click on a doorbell and it rings. Yup, that's the entire game. But somehow it's so much more than that.
It's the entire game.
I sat for hours trying to come up with something meaningful to say
Oh, is
about
that
Doorbell
that's the entire game?
until it hit me. There isn't really anything meaningful to say about Doorbell. That's kind of the point. I scrapped what little I had written and stared in awe at the screen.
You are writing a script on Notepad. Why are you doing that? Just pirate Word or something.
Splat
You can even use Google Doc or something.
had played me, and I laughed in much the same way I imagine Splat must have laughed constructing this game. Following the release of Doorbell, the excitement among Splatlanders, the newly
Good lord, I don't know how long I played, but it must have been hours. T-minus 5 minutes until Doorbell finishes downloading.
self-adopted moniker used by his burgeoning fanbase
Just played Doorbell. Mind-blowing yet relaxing. I know some people think I'm pretentious, but it's really awesome.
was immediate and overwhelming.
It is just people, like, completely being ironic.
But now, too, a more general public, and particularly critics, were starting to take notice of his oeuvre. The internet lit up with discussions. People shared stories of how his work had affected them, speculation about his games, what it all meant exactly, and most of all, theories about the identity of the elusive Splat. But soon, these same forums would be abuzz instead with worrying rumors and anxious complaints, because Splat went...
Is this a joke or not? I don't understand. Like, the entire game was just a doorbell. Or did he not show the rest of the game? I mean, to be fair, like, people will watch A24 films where nothing happens and glaze it as well, so it kind of makes sense.
radio silent.
Mr. Cynical,
For
today is my
4
actual
years. At first, people thought he was perhaps taking a long overdue break. After all, the man's genre-defying masterpiece is only in the span of 2 years. But why now? Why leave just on the cusp of critical and even mainstream acclaim? As the second year of no updates came and went, Splatlanders were slowly accepting the possibility that Splat had given up, died, or resolved to end from a high point. Then, on the 9th of June 2019, exactly 4 years since the release of Doorbell, with the Splatopia forums at this point almost totally dead, a single file was stealthily uploaded to splat.com.
I'm so happy that, like, I'm old, but I wasn't old enough to use Windows 98. I think I grew up on... I think the family computer had, like, Windows XP. Thank you, Nixor, for the 7 months. Gritty Fortnite Skibbity Riz. Disgusting. I like the stuck keyboard sounds that just don't make any sense to what he was typing. There's got to be a plugin that makes your computer look like Windows 98, right? That actually seems... I would have that.
Downloaded and launched the file, players were met with a countdown to midnight on the 18th of June. The forums that had before been totally dead now sprung back to life, more active than they had ever been. Splat was back, baby. Both early adopters and those who had found Splat during his hiatus couldn't wait to see what was in store. Thousands of users dissected every potential clue, more rumors circulated, and pranksters posted fake exploits to bypass the countdown. One even going as far as to upload a cracked exe, which in actuality instantly bricked most PCs.
A problem has been detected with your Windows. You have been fucked by a virus. This is the first time you see this error screen. Restart your computer.
At the heart of all this hubbub was the beating question. Just what was it that Splat had been working on all these years? What was gonna happen on the 18th of June? Well, hundreds and thousands of predictions, and no one guessed right. I doubt you would have either. I know dang well I didn't. So, if you had launched the game on that day, what would you have been met with? Well, this.
He just uploads myhouse.wad.
Nobody loves you. 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 Nobody loves you.
Well, that's strange.
Nobody loves you.
Why is it like a similar font to the Dark Souls death screen? Could you imagine that just appears instead?
Nope.
This video, aptly titled WTF Splat New Game, and uploaded on the 19th of June by the channel rburnt1992, pretty much perfectly captures my own experience. I was completely baffled. This was what he had been working on? Was this some sort of a joke? Where are all the qualities that I'd come to love, to expect? And I thought almost...
Please, man, don't make this like myhouse.wad where it's about a divorce again. Because it's like ringing the doorbell, not answering, and then nobody loves you.
everyone would share this reaction. But the more forum posts I read, the more reviews I saw, the more...
Hype train complete at level 7. Guys, we were so close to overtaking Pirate Software, but I'll take it. I'll take it. 34 gifted subs. Thank you, guys. W.
more people I asked, the more I heard the exact opposite sentiment. Of course, some folks agreed with me, but I still had to listen to boatloads of adulatory comments. So many agreed with me, but I still had to listen to boatloads of adulatory comments.
Oh, this is parody. I've just realized. Was this uploaded on April Fool's? No. Nah, it's as soon as I saw the fat guy, the fat ranty guy, and then I saw Kadikarus, it's bait. It's bait. Why did it take me 8 minutes? I'm nearly halfway through the video, and I now just realized it was bait. I only just realized that it's bait. Why would Kadikarus upload a video? Yeah, as soon as I saw this guy, where is he again?
The more I heard the exact opposite sentiment. Of course,
As soon as I saw this guy, I was like, I've seen him everywhere. Also, did you notice as well that glitch effect? Like, that was obviously really intentional, but nothing actually flashed on the screen.
folks agreed with
I think this video is meant to be like an ARG or something.
me, but I still had to listen to boatloads of adulatory comments. So many people
Yeah, as soon as I saw Kadikarus, like something in my brain was like, wait a minute, this could be bait. I mean, we'll keep watching, we'll see where it goes. Thank you, Desperal, for the resub.
loved it.
I was wondering why people were glazing the doorbell game, and it's like, oh, now it's all a bit.
Few folks hated it, and pretty much nobody was on the fence. In their first 10-star review in 3 years, William
Did you think doorbell was real? Have you been on itch.io ever in your life? Have you seen what kind of things are uploaded on there? Yes, I thought it was real. Thank you, Piss Enjoy, for the Prime. Thank you, Folky, for the Prime. Thank you, Desperal, for the Prime.
Tell, writing for Gamers Weekly, had only this to say about the game.
Here is my review. What Splat has given us this time around is more than a game, more than any game even. It is first and foremost an experience, and a wholly singular one at that. Play it.
While Victoria Friedman of feminist gaming zine Another Castle penned a one-word review, reading simply transcendent. And even the famously harsh
Okay, I can tell where this is going now. Okay.
critic philosopher Andros Mitch wrote this glowing appraisal.
You are set on a grassy knoll, surrounded by the few sun rays that the clouds and cloudlets let get through when suddenly these littlings of light break out, bloom into beams and converge right on the point where you are. And you are saved by the sun, like the ant beneath a magnifying glass, and everything and all is right.
What's the thumbnail? It's just locking out.
Such a moment could never even hope to capture the pure most profundity of Splat's penultimate game.
I feel like watching this video, I'm just entering another new layer of irony.
This prompted GameGunk's Arben Dursalon to respond specifically to this review with,
No, it's not that. It's actually terrible. The game sucks. It's just a screen telling you that nobody loves you over and over again. I'm at a loss as to what's going on here.
GameGunk refused to publish a review for fear of backlash, so she instead decided to publish it online. It was taken down within days. There are many more examples of the unexpected
9.7 from IGN.
publicity and praise the game received, but you get it. Reading all of these glowing texts, I started to wonder, was I in the wrong? Was I wrong? Was I wrong to dismiss the game as some joke taken too far? I had loved his previous games, after all. I felt out of step with the world, and unsure of myself, I did what I felt I needed to. I booted up the game again, and I was greeted again, of course, again by the same thing that I had seen last time. Just that this time I didn't close it. Instead, I really focused in on it, asking myself, what if it's true? What if nobody really loves me? Staring at the screen.
Look, bro,
began
I'm being
to see sort of
flashbanged. Look at me.
Underlying
I keep being
pattern to it,
flashbanged every time. Oh my
kind of
god.
Beyond words. And for the first time in more than 2 years, I cried. I cried because, yeah, maybe nobody loves anyone. And if that's true, then doesn't that kind of free
Yeah,
us?
someone's just hitting a light switch in my room.
Felt free at least. Freer than ever as I wept and scrambled.
Thank you, 85 Toucan, for the 5. Hello, Pyrocynical. I'm staring at my phone while going 90 on the I-75. But I just wanted to say, I love your hair. It reminds me of post-show Ellen. Shut up. Thank you, Lesbian with the Chainsaw, for the Prime.
Like a baby alone at 3 a.m. The Greeks called it catharsis, a kind of involuntary cleansing. After having concreted this critical darling, Splat returned to radio silence.
I still can't believe it took me 8 minutes out of a 22-minute video to realize it was bait. That took me way too long to realize.
But this time, pretty much everyone seemed cocksure that he was creating something. And after 11 months, he was back, with a website link leading to another countdown, mylife.net. On the website was a joking
I feel
manifesto of
like
sorts.
this video is basically a parody and a play on like those people that do the video essays that are like, you know, super serious and super deep, like kind of Nexpo and stuff like that.
It read, and I quote, "In 1989, Kenneth Lamar Noyd became convinced by a series of advertisements with the slogan 'Avoid the Noyd' that the restaurant chain Domino Pizza was intentionally harassing him. And they were. In 2014, you all became convinced by a series of shit games that everything was about you, that they were meta whatever genius. And around that same time, I became convinced that you would all eat up whatever garbage I put out. I've tested this too by making worse and worse games, and this only made you love them more and more and more. You ate them up, which led me to conclude that you're not here for me or for my games, you are here for yourself. So I will give you a mirror to look into. Do with it what you will, as long as you don't forget to enjoy the view." Since the manifesto...
I'll be honest, this is too deep in irony. This is too drenched in irony, like even for me at this point.
was an obvious joke, the community quickly discarded it. But soon after, they noticed that the word garbage contained a hidden hyperlink to another document, outlining in precise detail just what my life was going to consist of. To summarize, Splat would have a camera strapped around his forehead, broadcasting...
Did you make Fat Cry 3? No, that was the other guy.
...his every
Leafy.
move to the internet. Meanwhile, the viewers would work together anonymously as a community, voting to decide everything Splat would do for a week straight.
Start, viewer watch, no, end flow. Viewer watch, yes, viewer interaction. Undertaken action, it's gaining traction. Here begins a fraction of the impaction. Splat becomes diffraction. You anti-reaction. You anti... Like, it all rhymes as well. It's a bit.
Watching with
This
my
is all a bit.
8-month-old. Can you just react to baby?
Start. Viewer watch. Viewer interaction. Undertaken action. It's gathering traction. Here begins a fraction of the great impaction. Splat becomes diffraction.
No doubt inspired by projects such as Twitch Plays Pokemon.
It's actually bars. It's bars. Will you react to baby Einstein classics? No, I don't think I'll do that.
And Abramovich's Rhythm Zero.
I give it a 10 though,
now,
Annan.
for the first time, after having been played by Splat so many times, his fans, the loyal Splatlanders, were finally gonna get to play
Splatlanders.
him.
Splatlanders.
Sadly, today, no recordings survive of
Now playing theme for breast reduction surgery. Like, everything in this video is a bit. Everything.
the wonderful event, and there would be no proof of it happening at all if not for 3 screenshots taken by someone named...
If you think the Pizza Hut mascot is bad, check out this Australian liquor store ad. Just tell me the name. I know that you can post links in chat. Just tell me the name of the brand.
Emil Stapp, plus a much contested audio recording. Therefore, using contemporaneous commentary as well as online discussions, I have done my best to reconstruct the events of the stream in question. To the best of my knowledge, it happened like this. The stream started up.
Make that a donation noise. It could actually be.
Initially, it was just a black screen. Then you could see something. You could see someone's hands from the first person. Splat? Yes, Splat.
9/11. You could have actually picked any other number. I'm guessing it's open 9 till 11 at night. But just have 7/11. Or like 10/11. Or 8/11. Did not have to be 9/11.
Splat sat at his computer, completely motionless. This is when a prompt box appeared,
Someone turn that dance into a GIF. Don't worry, the subreddit will be all over that.
reading, "What do you want Splat to do next?" Then you could send in suggestions. Then came the votes. Following this, he did whatever had been requested of him. After 9 rather uneventful minutes, the viewers first having Splat brush his teeth, then kick a Game Boy 11 times.
Obviously pre-recorded, new room time. Aroused and confused. Anyone else? Lotion spotted Lamau. Not a good stream at all. I want a new game. Sounds like you guys in chat. Genius has done it again and again. Boring. Glorified house tour. What happened to being modest?
They instead voted for him to leap out of his window. I don't believe anyone at this point expected Splat to actually follow through with this. It seemed like the option and the votes for it was really more of a joke. When the prompt was automatically read aloud, Splat seemed to hesitate. He stood still for a few small seconds, thinking, before uttering one little phrase that would change the
Do not attempt to recreate the actions seen in this video.
course of history.
Video games.
And with that,
Was that Chris Chan? Was that Chris Chan, actually? Was that Chris Chan?
Video games.
And with that, he simply stepped out of the window. A 72-foot drop.
Video games. Video games. See, I can make fun of it because it's all a bit
everyone
now.
found themselves amused, confused, and aroused by the entire ordeal, initially it was written off as little more than a hoax.
Snopes.
Just another node in the tangling Onentafel that was Splat's canon of jest. At least that was until 2 dedicated Cybrarians who called themselves the Anchorites were able to verify that, no, this stream, the whole My Life incident in fact, was no jape. It had been entirely real. Our Splat was gone, though gone in a way which meant that really he would live forever. Gone in a way that would guarantee him eternal life. With the revelation of Splat's passing, 15 faithful fans followed in his footsteps. The fevered fingers of the rest of Splatopia's 100-headed rabble took to typing and typing and typing. The critics fanatics all came crawling out from their caverns, and the most delightful discourse sprouted from every orifice of the internet. For example,
Where's the bit where Chris Chan speaks again?
Wilhelm Inderling wrote this for video game magazine Minotaurs in the Maces of Mist 6 hours after his death. Quote,
The set of pretextual meta-mechanics
Are you derping thing for the Prime?
within which the postmodernist framework which gamers inhabit, most clearly envisioned as a series of neo-fragmentary Loki-like points, operates can be capitalized as a game in and of itself, i.e. the game of games, le jeu de jeux. It is the framework of these rules, so-called supra-Geistregeln, that Splat in this Todd Dirge Splurton, i.e. his utter annihilation, obliterated.
Yes.
responded Malthriarn Azarog of the Neolithian Gamer.
Yes, 1,000 times, yes. Through his comely crushing.
Did I smoke like Fent on accident before starting the stream or something? Like, what is happening?
In his return to the second dimension, at the glorious instant of impact, Splat's shining soul must have shattered, and each and every shimmering shard of it set out, unbounded, to become like crumbs of air.
I don't get it. I don't think any of us get it. They've gone so deep into the layer of irony, they're just like sucking each other off.
Free to be breathed by the shackled, choke blue beast of gaming. Its hour come around again at last.
I just heard gaming and it snapped me back into reality.
Skadorn fuel, catharsis.
You are so right, Azarog. Catharsis. Utter and complete release. Splat made us look upon the torturous slaughter of the medium of gaming itself. He forced us to watch him
Why talk about gaming if there's no games?
rip it limb from limb, fervently tearing its arms and legs off as it lay on the ground, squealing, wailing, begging for mercy, just so he could revivify these recombined
I wonder if the sequel to My Response would be called My Struggle. It would 100% be called My Response 2. Like there's no way. It would definitely be called My Response 2.
parts, just so he could bring it back to life. And through this last act of self-sacrifice, he had done it. He had become art itself. He had constructed for us, out of the tepid plaster of his life, the utmost polymerization of the viewer and the viewee, their very relationship reaching a singularity as he hurtled headlong homeward from the 7th floor of his apartment building, unleashing the ecstatic apotheosis of contemporary digital art, the ultimate unification of victim and voyeur, the fusion of concrete and cartilage, the synthesis of game developer and the ground. Splat. And now we're back again.
I might like this cigar on stream. He brings up some very good philosophical debates here that I cannot argue with.
And at the beating question, who exactly was Splat? Well, about a month after his splat, it was announced through a Splatopia.
You guys like this cigar? I got it for my birthday. I will never smoke it, and it will just stay in this plastic wrapping until it dissolves. I smoked a cigar once when I was with Chad. Anything for Views in Melbourne. Do not like them. I mean, I don't smoke anyway, but they're so grim. They're so grim because you stink of the smell of smoke the next day, no matter how much you like shower or like brush your teeth or whatever. It's grim, bro. It's really grim.
A forum post that our avid Splatlanders had finally been able to dig up the details of the man behind the masterful work. Splat was, or more precisely had been, Frank Enstein.
Do an Andrew Tate impression. Well, he would have the cigar, right? Oh, I put the cigar in the wrong way. I have a cigar. Top G! Top G! Did you know that I wear my sunglasses indoors? I wear my sunglasses indoors. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I would say that's very accurate.
A 29-year-old first-generation immigrant from Plymouth, Minnesota, who, until his death, had worked at the Speedway gas station on Peony Lane.
This camera is like slowly sinking. I can see it. The entire stream, it's just been slowly sinking downwards.
While spending a large chunk of his free time making online games. He is survived by a father, mother, and sister that forum members have been told repeatedly to stop contacting. So, all this to say, wasn't Splat just some guy? No, he was more than that. He was more than any of us. He must have been. What do we have if he wasn't? It is just as Splat's dear and personal friend wrote on her weblog Gamer's Paradise in her text entitled Goodbye to a Splat. She wrote, and I quote,
"The big secret's out anyway, and everyone's seen who you are. At least that's what they think. But they have no idea. Being frank, there were days I felt like I never really knew you. But at this point I think I may be the only one who ever did. I would watch you code for hours, and see that light in your eyes when you knew you had something. You'd then throw your head back and laugh, thinking you were alone. And how I'd look at you sleeping, and how you'd grope in the night, and how I'd almost let you touch me then.
Do we want to continue with this?
Yes, at night. The nights when you truly lived up to your nom de plume. And how I'd smell your walls to get just one sniff of your renowned aroma. I miss you terribly. I miss you endlessly. I look at your pictures and weep from both ends. I should have caught you as you fell, my Splat. But I merely watched it happen.
It's like the most chronically online love note ever sent.
We all watched, in a way. If you're reading this in hell with every other victim of... Tell me now, do you remember when Mother took us down to Lost Lake? When we stood skipping stones on that fragrant last day we were allowed to be in each other's company?
What is happening?
Wow. Beautiful text, Elisa Stein. Truly beautiful. But what you and all of those filthy critics don't understand about Splat's work is that I am Splat. I am Splat! And I am not fucking dead! Get ready for Durhandle! Get ready for Junjo's Quest 2, Junjo's Revenge! Get ready for The Same Meteorite Kills Another Schoolchild! Get ready for Sun Landing, A Scene from Earth! Get ready for Video Essay Simulator! And get ready...
Video Essay Simulator.
Ah! They're killing me! They're killing me!
Okay, that was honestly the only thing I can say about that is like if David Lynch owned a YouTube channel. That was a lot.